Welcome to our Daily Portion with WIT Ministries. My name is Matt Russell, and I'm the Ministry Director at WIT Ministries. For more information about our ministry, you can go to pursuitfortruth.com. That is pursuitfortruth, all one word, .com. Today's portion is Exodus 38, Tabernacle completed. Then he made the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide, square, and 3 cubits high. He made its horns on its 4 corners, its horns being of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with bronze. He made all the utensils of the altar, the pails and the shovels and the basins, the flesh hooks and the fire pans. He made all its utensils of bronze. He made for the altar a grating of bronze network beneath. Under its ledge, reaching halfway up, he cast 4 rings on the 4 ends of the bronze grating as shoulders for the poles. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. He inserted the poles into the rings on the sides of the altar with which to carry it. He made it hollow with planks. Moreover, he made the laver of bronze and its a base of bronze. From the mirrors of the serving women, who served at the doorway of the tent of meeting. Then he made the court. For the south side of the hangings of the court were fine twisted linen, 100 cubits. There are 20 pillars and there are 20 sockets made of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and the bands were of silver. For the north side, there were 100 cubits. Their 20 pillars and their 20 sockets were of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were of silver. For the west side, there were hangings of 50 cubits with their 10 pillars and their 10 sockets. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were of silver. For the east side, 50 cubits. The hangings for the one side of the gate were 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and their 3 sockets. And so for the other side, on both sides of the gate of the court were hangings of 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and their 3 sockets. All the hangings of the court all around were in fine twisted linen. The sockets for the pillars were of bronze, the hooks of the pillars and their bands of silver, and the overlaying of their tops of silver, and all the pillars of the court were finished with silver bands. The screen of the gate of the court was the work of the weaver, of blue and purple and scarlet material of fine twisted linen, and the length was 20 cubits, and the height was 5 cubits, corresponding to the hangings of the court. Their 4 pillars and their 4 sockets were of bronze. Their hooks were of silver, and the overlaying of their tops and their bands were of silver. All the pegs of the tabernacle and of the court all around were of bronze. The cost of the tabernacle. This is the number of things for the tabernacle of the testimony, as they were numbered according to the command of Moses for the service of the Levites, by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. Now, Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all the Lord had commanded Moses. With him was Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and a skillful workman, and a weaver in blue and purple and in scarlet material and fine linen. All the gold that was used for the work, and all the work of the sanctuary, even the gold of the wave offering, was 29 talents, 730 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The silver of those of the congregation who were numbered was 100 talents and 1,775 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. A bekah a head, that is, half a shekel, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. For each one who passed over to those who are numbered from 20 years old and upward, for 603,550 men. The 100 talents of silver were for casting the sockets of the sanctuary and the sockets of the veil, 100 sockets for the 100 talents, 100 for a socket, or a talent for a socket. Of the 1,775 shekels, he made the hooks for the pillars and overlaid their tops and made bands for them. The bronze of the wave offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. With it, he made the sockets of the doorway of the tent of meeting, and the bronze altar and its bronze grating, and all the utensils of the altar, and the sockets of the court all around, and the sockets of the gate of the court, and all the pegs of the tabernacle, and all the pegs of the court all around. We see here that the tabernacle, as it's being completed, again, it's very detailed in its order. God is perfect in what he puts together, and he knew every little piece and what needed to be where. And then he also had them use specific materials for each little thing. And then he, again, just to review, he asked them to give just a free will offering out of what he has given them to give to this project. So it was a free will offering just from their heart, just to go and grab whatever they felt that they were to give and bring it. And when they did so, they were bringing daily, but they covered everything that needed to be covered for this project, to the point where they finally had to say, whoa, that's enough. Moses had to stop them and say, no more giving. We've given enough. We if we need more, we'll let you know. So everything that was given was not inventoried prior to the project beginning. It was discussed. The material types were asked for, and people would just bring them. Now, there's some materials that were of more value than others. And some people brought acacia wood. Some people brought some of the other things. Some people brought the linens. Some people brought the metals. Some people brought the different pieces that were needed to be brought together to put this material or this project on and complete it. There was no question of who brought what. They didn't worry about what was brought. It was just that it was brought. That's it. They brought it. So when they're bringing these things to complete this project, it's showing also that God has faith in us. Now, he knows that we are human. We will fail. That's why he gives us grace. But he had faith in us. He didn't say, I need you to give me this exact amount by this time on this date, like a contractor would. He just said, hey, I've given to you all that you have. If you could just kind of search your heart and find, these are the things that we need. Just find what you see in your heart that you want to give. And we need that. We appreciate it. Now, there's some people who probably didn't give. But the majority of people came together as a group, and they all took part in this project. And the project was building the tabernacle, was building all the pieces inside. It was building God's resting place here with them. And it was building something that was going to bring them more work. Because now, when the smoke leaves the tent, they pack it all up. They're looking for the pillar of fire or the pillar of smoke to go see where they're supposed to go. And then when that disappears, they set up camp. The cloud descends. They don't know how long they're going to be there. And because of their disobedience to God, they're going to end up doing that for 40 years and beyond, because they continue on before they build the temple. So you can see the challenge that they have. God's asking them to do something. God's shown them what he's going to do, and then he's asked them to participate or invited them to participate, knowing they have free will, they have choice. But they come together and they get it done. So even in their gripings, even in their complainings, they still know God is. God is everything. God is the creator. They still know who he is and how just high and mighty he is. So we know that they live in these cycles, and we do too. We find ourselves in these cycles to where we go from it feels like our life, everything's going great, we're on the path, and then we get a little distracted, we get off the path, and then we find ourselves surrounded by these poor decisions that we've made and consequences of, and therefore everything seems a little bit more down, and then we cry out to God, he brings us back. We know that they were living that life. We do too today. But what we have to know is look at the big picture. Look at the much bigger picture. God has called us not to build his tabernacle. Our responsibility as followers of Christ is to bring his kingdom to earth. We are not just supposed to be going out. We are the big commission. We're supposed to go spread. We're supposed to go teach. We're supposed to go preach. We're supposed to go heal. We're supposed to go disciple. We're supposed to deliver people from evil spirits. But even bigger picture, what all that does is help invite people in to make a choice. We're supposed to be building God's kingdom here. So whatever it is that God asks us to do, we need to search our heart. We need to decide on what we're going to bring to it. And then we need to trust him. Because if he can trust us to do that, he's going to give us more responsibility. And as we get more responsibility, we're going to more actively be bringing his kingdom here to heaven. From heaven here to earth. So really press in, even as our life tends to go through these cycles, trust him. No, when things are going great, don't lose sight of him. When things are really tough, that's when a lot of people, for the majority of people, will cry out to God. But there are still people that, when things are going tough, turn their eyes from God because they blame him for it. The time that I struggle the most is in those times that it's not the highest highs and the lowest lows. It's in that just middle area. That's where I really have to focus in on getting in the Word, on asking God for direction and what I'm to do today. That's my challenge. Well, where do you struggle the most? Figure that out and then press in and trust him. Press in and trust him. Get involved. We're not building our kingdom. We're building his kingdom. So, Father, thank you for this word, and thank you that you invite us in. Father, I just pray that we could have the courage to be able to stand up and walk through the door, that we could come to you and ask for direction and guidance and follow that to bring your kingdom here to this earth. Let it not be our kingdom, but your kingdom. In Jesus' name, amen.